This is college football at its absolute best.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
I love it, baby.
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win.
He got it! If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Thursday, September 25th. Landon starts his trek to the mighty state of Mississippi. I've heard the river described as mighty. I don't think I've actually ever heard. You're welcome, state of Mississippi. I've probably done more for your state than any politician in the last 150 years by calling you the mighty Mississippi. But he starts his trek there tomorrow. I guess you're probably not going into the state of Mississippi tomorrow, right?
No, we'll be there Saturday morning. Yeah, staying in Alabama, driving to Birmingham, playing golf, and then staying in Tuscaloosa. Yep.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a great.
I feel like you kind of got to ease yourself into Mississippi. You can't go straight to Tennessee to Mississippi. You got to go into Alabama. It gives you that nice little buffer until you have to go into Mississippi.
You should go pro. I don't know what. I mean, we could just probably pick something. That just I don't know if we have anything recently, but you should go protest something at the SEC offices.
What do you want me to protest?
That's what we've got to figure that out. We've got some time before the end of the show, but just take some signs with you. The worst case scenario, you just go full on SpongeBob. The Krusty Krab is unfair.
Okay.
Greg Sankey's in there. How's the rest of it go? Oh,
I could just make a sign that says like Greg Stanky or something.
that you need to you need to make a sign that says that and go by the SEC office.
Okay.
If you don't, just don't come back to the show on Sunday.
Okay. I'm in. I don't think I've ever like seen the SEC office. Is it just like in a strip mall maybe?
I would be surprised if it stands out. I doubt it's in a strip mall, but I can't imagine in the state of Alabama they would advertise where they're at.
Yeah.
That seems dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Nick Saban did 9/11. We do one like that.
Maybe not this month.
It's a good call.
You got 11 other months you can make that sign. I hope you guys have fun. Hope you carry the fight to Mississippi State for 60 minutes.
Yeah, we're in orange uniforms.
Love it. I was worried when they went white. We would go to like LSU and do like gray or black.
Yeah.
When an away opponent just hands you the opportunity to wear your primary color on the road, you have to take it. And I know what everyone's going to say. Well, we won in Baton Rouge in gray. Sure, whatever. We would have won wearing pink that day. We whooped Brian Kelly's ass up and down that field. No ifs, ands, or buts. Yeah, so I love it. I love it. I think it's also just,
Brian Kelly. We have to make a sign about Brian Kelly. He did it. Should I say Brian Kelly? He did it.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Because didn't you say last show that there's going to become a point where you're not allowed within a certain
for sure
amount of Brian?
Well, there's that stuff going around with that one player. Maybe just put maybe you should like print out a picture of Brian Kelly and put 2 teardrops on his face.
Gotcha.
I'll print one out at Kinko's. You just got to stop on your way out of town to get it.
I was thinking about putting Brian Kelly's face on Lane Kiffin's daughter.
That's
what we
interesting.
like loving him up.
I mean, there's pictures of him doing that with recruits. You don't need to Photoshop that. There is a picture of him dry humping a recruit, so you're okay. You're fine.
That recruit didn't end up going there, so he's not doing something right.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an emotion in the ocean, I guess.
What an interesting fella. If that's the word you want to use. Big week for Tennessee, but yeah, I love the getting to wear orange on the road. I want more primary on primary matchups. Alabama, Tennessee that should have been in this new schedule, and we'll talk about Tennessee's new 3 permanent opponents. That should have been a requirement, is that you're at least like once every, 3 years, you have to have a primary on primary matchup. And obviously, if there's a blue team playing blue team, it wouldn't work, and you just can't. That's fine. That can be written in the bylaws somewhere. But like a Tennessee, Alabama should have to play at least one game where Alabama wears crimson, Tennessee wears orange.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down for that.
Trying to fix college football.
I mean, I don't understand why Florida and Georgia don't do it. They're already playing a neutral side. I mean, it's nobody's home game.
They should just both wear gray. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, Georgia has to wear the dog collar uniforms, and Florida has to wear those alligator ones. Yeah.
Their argument for keeping it neutral site, their fans, is tradition. You know what else is tradition? Playing at your home field.
Mm-hmm.
That's tradition. I don't think they should be allowed to recruit at those games.
Oh, I don't either. No, heck no.
Do we get to recruit because I guess Virginia was technically a home game for us. What about Battle of Bristol? We wore orange. Was that a home game for us? Well, like Belk Bowl, like that's not a home game. We can't host there, can we?
I don't think so. I'm thinking about the Mayo Bowl. David Sanders went, but he had to buy a ticket. And he went in with me.
Did he actually walk in next to you?
Yeah, him and his family did. Yeah.
So surely we would have. David Sanders lives in Charlotte. Right. Surely would have hosted
maybe
if you could.
They're able to slip him some tickets at will call, but he had to go through the gates with the peasants.
He had to give him. I can't remember the name. And Ricky Bobby, Mister, these tickets have been waiting for you a long time. They shouldn't get the benefits of a home game playing a neutral site game. I'm sorry, it just shouldn't be allowed. There's also a way to keep that and still play home and home, but I digress. I don't want to complain about college football too much because this is one of the best sports weekends on the calendar this year. This is probably, I don't want to jump to conclusions because last year in the 12-team format, we had week 10s, week 11s, week 12s that were electric. And they ended up being electric because some of the matchups, some of the upsets, some of the storylines and energy around college football. But right now, this is probably the best week in college football, and you should be scared. That's the only thing I'm jealous of you all going to the game, but I do not envy that you all will not be able to plant your ass on a couch at 9:30 a.m., watch College Game Day, and not move until 2 a.m. That's what I'll be doing Saturday.
Yep. Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to being in Starkville. Don't know exactly what the schedule looks like. We're just kind of going to wing it, see what happens. Whatever ends up happening, if we end up somewhere where they're having biscuits and gravy, that's fine too. Whatever happens, happens.
You do need to eat because we love gas station food.
Okay.
There is a rumor that the gas station food in Mississippi is incredible. Like some of the best food you'll have, period.
Okay. I did get our buddy Adam gave us some recommendations to go to. So looking forward.
Any gas stations?
No gas stations. So maybe that's a myth. Maybe that's to get people to never come back to Mississippi. I don't know.
I don't think it's a dinner spot necessarily. In fact, most are probably closed around that time. I think that's more of the breakfast, probably lunch spots too. I'd imagine.
Yeah, maybe on the way down in the morning we stop and maybe get a.
I think it makes sense that some of the best biscuits and gravy you could ever have are at a gas station in Mississippi. Like that logically tracks in my mind.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down. I'll try it.
I mean, you'll be in biscuits and gravy Saturday night. Might as well get into it Saturday morning.
True. Yeah. Get the belly already prepared for it.
You all have to go to that. So for those that don't know what we're talking about, someone's hosting a biscuits and gravy wrestling match after the game on Saturday night. I don't know what it is. Other than what I just said, I don't know if it's a fundraiser. I don't know if it's
$20 cover. I think is what it is.
That seems cheap to me.
We were looking at it last night just to see, like, is it like somewhere in the middle of nowhere? Like we're not even going to be around it. It's right on the way home.
If you all don't, that's the biggest miss of all time.
Yeah, you got to just at least see.
Four of you all are going.
Yeah,
I'll send you $80. I'll pay your covers. So money cannot be a hurdle in this because I will Venmo you. In fact, I'll bring $80 cash over. I'll drop $80 in your mailbox tomorrow morning.
But I'm ready to drop $20.
But you need to understand, money cannot. You can't go. We didn't want to pay $20 for that because I will pay for all four of your.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about that. No.
But I'm just saying, like I could see anyone seeming like something they're not interested in. You wouldn't want to waste $20 on that. That can't. It has to be something you have to experience. And if someone goes, I don't want to waste $20, Caleb will cover it.
Okay.
Because I can see Dylan being like, I'm not going to spend $20 on that. It's stupid. Right.
But he'll spend 16 for a cool wrap at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. So I will pay it if that hurdle is met. Okay. Because I've considered driving down just for that. Well, Saturday night. You might see me east of Starkville, Mississippi on Saturday night in a field just wrestling someone in biscuits and gravy, I assume.
I have a ticket for you if you want to go.
I can't.
Anybody out there, if you need a ticket to the game, I got you.
Free?
No. $20. My cover in the biscuits and gravy. How about that?
40 because they have to go with you. If you go to this game, you have to go to the biscuits and gravy wrestling.
Yeah, let's paint this biscuit and gravy, whatever we're calling. Yeah, orange. Paint it orange, baby. I hope a bunch of Tennessee fans after the win are just getting in there. Oh, Sam Pendleton meets us there in his helmet, and we're just all wrestling in the biscuits and gravy. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Electric atmosphere in Starkville Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, as you can tell. You ask me, so I'm going to ask you now. Yeah. How are you feeling about the game? Just short answer. Someone sees you Friday morning at Bilo getting a biscuit. How are you feeling about tomorrow, Landon?
So before I started doing deep diving into Mississippi State, my first reaction was like, dude, this is Josh Heupel's kryptonite. On the road, a team you should beat. But I'm looking at this team. There is not one position, maybe one, if you want to count one, that Tennessee is not more talented than Mississippi State at.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think you get into the matchup factor of it that makes it a little more hairy and where this game can get interesting. I think Jeff Lebby does a good job with Blake Shapen of not throwing the ball in harm's way and still getting guys open. And so I think it's going to make it a tough matchup for Tennessee's defense. But I mean, when you look at Joey Aguilar compared to Blake Shapen, no question. When you look at Mississippi State's running backs compared to Tennessee's, that's a sick name for a running back. That just makes sense to me.
He's 230, isn't he?
Oh, that's even better. I didn't know his weight. But yeah, he's their leading rusher. It just make they match up better. But then you get in, which I mean, you get Jackson Moy back this week. That's going to be big for that interior line. And I thought they've done kind of what they can. I think Tennessee's defense is what Tennessee's defense is at this point. The only way you can get better is getting guys back, and we just know like that's who knows.
Yeah.
Obviously we saw that rumor about Dramad today. We'll see. I'm not bought in on that one yet. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. It's just, once you get into the matchup factors of it, it's a little hairy. And then it is an away game. We actually had a question about the cowbells. Monty asked, what's up with Mississippi State reminding fans not to ring cowbells once the center is over the ball? So the SEC allows Mississippi State only to have artificial noisemakers in the stadium. Tennessee fans can use cowbells Saturday, but they could not use it the following, 2 weeks from now against Arkansas and Neyland. But they can Saturday, just as a reminder. But once the center is over the ball, the artificial noisemakers have to stop, similar to music when they play music in the stadium. So here's my question. How do you
police that?
How do you police that? Because it's easy to police the hometown PA and DJ. But what if it's Tennessee fans doing it? I assume it's going to be 15-yard penalties, right? But then I would also assume then ushers are up looking for people to kick them out. I don't know how you police it. I don't know the exact punishment, Monty, but I'm assuming 15-yard penalties after a warning.
I'm just thinking you're so used to ringing a cowbell. If you're not able to use it, I mean, is it dead quiet in there? They don't know how to yell because they don't have to.
Yeah. Who knows, man? We'll see. You'll see, I guess. You'll have to report back to us.
I brought ibuprofen, so I'm prepared. I think Wes got us some earplugs just in case it is that bad.
You need to get a radio for the game.
I should do that. And I should just ring it like I'm doing a cowbell.
I was thinking wear it, but yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know the exact rule. I don't know how that operates, but we'll see. And listen, I said this the other night talking about it. I'm not concerned with Mississippi State's noise and how Tennessee operates, because they're supposed to stop once the center's over the ball, but also because Tennessee's offensive line is going to false start. They do it at home. They do it on the road. They do it here. They do it there. They do it on a plane, on a train, on a car. Everywhere. I don't know. Whatever Dr. Seuss said, they do it. It doesn't matter. So that doesn't concern me. Tennessee can win false starting. It's just, I wish they wouldn't. I wish they could win not false starting. But that's just a mistake that Tennessee can't break for whatever reason.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned penalties because, and I know this is a small sample size because Tennessee hasn't had a true road game. But Mississippi State's had 41 penalties in 4 games. 41.
Tennessee's only had
28.
Oh, I thought it was less than that. Wow. Okay. Yikes.
41. I mean, that we talk about Mississippi State and
they've only played home games.
Yeah, and they've been good. They're 4-0. There's a lot to like about them. I think they're more improved than last year at most positions. But I do think you have to look at the schedule and be like, okay, Arizona State is their big win, and that is a big win for that program. I don't know how good Arizona State is.
I don't, but so I thought at the time, I was like, that's not a great win. Arizona State doesn't look great. And I don't think this just catapults them up. But then they go and beat Baylor, which I say it doesn't catapult them up because I'm not impressed with Baylor like a lot of the country was before we even saw them play. But that's a big win for Arizona. I think it showed that was a very, very tough and competitive win.
Yeah. I think they're gritty, and I think they're good at what they do with less talent. But Tennessee, I mean, these coaches are familiar with each other. They kind of do the same thing offensively. They want to run the football. They want to hit deep shots. They don't throw the ball in harm's way. They have veteran quarterbacks. I mean, when you're looking at this team, they're kind of made the same. It's just that Jeff Lebby is in his 2nd year and Josh Heupel's in his 5th.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jeff Lebby, I can't remember the full career path grad assistant at Oklahoma, maybe an assistant at Oklahoma with Heupel, and then UCF quarterback coach at one point.
Yeah.
I can't remember the whole path, but yeah, I mean, very familiar. Like he learned in Josh Heupel's system. So yeah, there's a ton of familiarity between these two guys. I think it's going to be interesting to see. You're essentially facing a lot of the same style and looks that you see during fall camp, for example, when you're just ones on ones. Let's line up and play. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I'll say something about Tennessee's defense that I probably just sound so negative, that Tennessee's defense is what Tennessee's defense is, and I mean, I don't mean it to sound positive, but I'm not trying to rag on them. It's just this: you're beaten and down. You've got a bunch of young guys, especially on the outside. When Tennessee's offense is this good, I want to see this defense just sell out. Like, you're either going to get a turnover or or they're going to hit on a big one and score. I don't know why. Yes, it heightened your ability to get a stop when they're on the field longer, but that just hasn't been the fact. Like, Syracuse is able to drive on you, which we know now before Steve Angeli's injury, like, that was a quality offense. Georgia was able to drive on you plenty. I'm not saying to do it every time, but when your offense is hitting, your offense scores 21 points in a quarter, Landon, what does it matter if you get scored on a 7-minute drive or you get scored on a 1.5-minute drive? What's the difference?
Yeah.
And then if your offense gets stopped and you need to try to slow the game down on the other side of the football, well, then you can go into that Tim Banks, keep everything in front of you type defense, and you're kind of back to square one there. I just feel like we talk about how the defense gets exhausted when the offense flies down the field. Well, it's got to be freaking exhausting to never get off the field either. You're going to get scored on anyways. Well, get the ball back in your offense's hands faster, or try to get a turnover.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of look at Mississippi State as, I mean, everybody's like, oh, they're one of the best rushing teams in the country. Technically, yes. They're one Power 4 opponent they rush for 66 yards against in Arizona State. That's not. And then you add Jackson Moy's going to get back in this front seven. I think that helps. That helps your linebackers. That helps Bryson Eason. That helps Dominique Bailey. That helps everybody along that defense, just getting somebody else with, one of your top guys back there in the front.
I think I'm getting broken by Pro Football Focus. Are they? I haven't looked at the offense statistics. Are they statistically one of the best rushing attacks in the country?
Well, they average like 215 a game.
Well, their Pro Football Focus grade is not. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not
really.
It's not. Let me look at theirs.
Well, they had like 260 against Alcorn State, and I think 200 against a 290 against whoever they played. Northern Illinois. I think they had a ton. Gotcha. So it's very much a run first kind of offense, and they have decent running backs. But I just think Tennessee's front seven, like, they're not going to be able to run the ball like Georgia. They don't have the offensive line to do that. I think their game against Northern Illinois, it was their fourth offensive line starting. Like, they have not started the same offensive line all season long. I think this will be the first game that they will, in back-to-back games, start the same offensive line. So not healthy.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, I just think that it's a little skewed of what their numbers and how dynamic they are. I think they are more improved, but also don't think they're as good as people think they are. Sack-wise, they've had 5 sacks. They had 15 total, I think, last year. Tennessee already has 15.
I think that's that stat line stands out because they have 5 and they've given up not many. 2 or 3? They haven't given up many.
Yeah. I just think that
goes back into that they've only played one Power 4 opponent. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I'm looking at it. I thought they were a little bit farther down the list. They're 8th on Pro Football Focus in rushing offense. Tennessee's 6th, though, to put that into perspective. On according to Pro Football Focus. But that you mentioned the sack stat line. I think where Tennessee's much improved, and I think it's going to put them in better situations in a lot of games, is they have people at the line of scrimmage that can control the games on both sides of the football. And I think that is a big separator between a team like Mississippi State, whose defensive line is much improved, but like you said, it's not one of the best in the SEC, not one of the best in the country. Whereas Tennessee's offensive line is playing at a really, really high level right now.
Yeah, I just think they dominate the line of scrimmage in this one. And when you go back to like, what is the SEC? This is a line of scrimmage league. And Tennessee was really good on the line of scrimmage against Georgia. And that's why, that game was super close. You've beaten teams that maybe have the same amount or more talent than you over the past couple of years in like Alabama, because you've won at the line of scrimmage. I just don't think Mississippi State can compete with Tennessee in the line of scrimmage. Maybe I'm wrong, but it did take a Hail Mary on 3rd and 9 with 30 seconds left to beat that Arizona State team. Let's not forget that. It was 14-10 at halftime with Northern Illinois last week. So this isn't just a world beater team. Somebody compared them to Missouri. I don't see that. I think Missouri's a way better team. Even last year, I think Missouri's way better than this Mississippi State team.
Definitely this year. I hadn't seen someone compare them to Missouri, but yeah, that's not accurate in my opinion.
Yeah. And Chapin's good. Like, he's a veteran quarterback, and he doesn't turn the football over a ton. I think the one time he did was against Arizona State, maybe.
I thought he had 2 picks. Let me look back over here.
I think
he has 2 interceptions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know he threw one. I think he threw one against Arizona State.
One against Southern Mississippi and one against Arizona State. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he's accurate. He's 67% completion rating right now. They don't air it out. They don't throw it deep a ton, but I think he's got 4 touchdowns, 25 plus yards.
Yeah. They have some decent
so they hit on him.
Yeah, they have Anthony Evans, I think is his name. He's a transfer from Georgia. And then they have Aiden Williams. Who else do they have? They have Jordan Mosley, who was committed to Tennessee at one point, and Brennan Thompson.
Yeah. And as we go through this list, and I said this to you earlier when you asked me the question about how you feel about it. As we discuss all this, I mean, my head legitimately, which is not always the case, it's a lot of times the head's telling me to not go with Tennessee. My head does say it, and then my heart just, it's not saying go Mississippi State, but it's also just like, hey, pump the brakes a little bit. Like, and part of that is we haven't seen this team play a true road game yet. They did go play Syracuse at a neutral site, which was mostly Tennessee fans. So they at least have traveled a little bit. I do think Mississippi State's much improved. I think it does present you mentioned Chapin being a veteran. I think that is going to help them be more composed in tough situations with a quarterback like that. I think their run attack is again, we talked about it. It's not quite the level that people want to say it is. I don't think, but it also is not bad. They have a solid running attack, and they've got 2 guys too. They don't just have one guy lighting the world on fire. They have 2 guys that can run the ball fine. Like they can go too deep and be fine. So
is the only reason you feel some type of way about this game is because it's a road game?
Not the only reason, but it is a big reason.
Okay.
And that's the one thing I want to say this. I do think that Josh Heupel can't win on the road is overblown. I don't think it's an unfair critique by any means, because you have the loss to Arkansas, you have the loss to Florida in 23, you have the Missouri blowout, you have, I feel like I'm leaving one off, you have the South Carolina loss in 22. I know I'm leaving some out, but that's also forgetting the wins. You have Pitt in 22, LSU in 22. You have Oklahoma in 24. Did you get one in 23? A big away. You beat Kentucky on the road, which is a lesser team by every measurable. and they've been at night. But yeah, so I don't think it's an unfair critique because the Arkansas loss last year is enough to be like, why? And then that one in Gainesville was just ugly. The one in South Carolina was, there's not a word for that one.
Did you read Adam Sparks' article this week?
No.
It was about the road losses, and Tennessee is about average when it comes to road losses within that time span. It's just like it's an SEC thing, but
Right.
it's the stinkers. It's the teams that you should probably beat is why it sticks out so much.
But it's not all the team because, like I said, you beat Kentucky in that time. You beat Missouri on the road since Heupel's been here. So I don't think it's an unfair critique. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think it's overblown. You'll talk to some Tennessee fans that'll go, he can't win on the road. And that's just not true. But I say that to say too, Tennessee has a massive home field advantage. Tennessee is far better at home than they are on the road, even when they win those games that I mentioned. I said it to you, and I do believe this. If Tennessee was at home, I would have no problem saying take Tennessee to cover, which is at 7, I think right now, 7.5. It started at around 10. 10 would be hairy in any SEC game. I don't love it, but I'd feel much more confident about it because Tennessee's just a much better team at home. The road does play a lot into it, but I also think it's just there's some matchups there, and I think Tennessee's defense, they're just going to have to find a way to, a lot like you did in a lot of games in 22, you're going to have to find a way to take advantage of the few opportunities you get to get stops, and then your offense has just got a boat race. Like that's what it looks like to me that this year's going to be. And then against a team like Mississippi State, who they just run a similar scheme. So in my mind, that says, well, if they want to play with you, they can. That to be determined if the talent's there. In my mind, that makes me think this is a boat race, and your defense needs 1-2 critical stops, and your offense just can't go 28 minutes without scoring, 28 minutes straight without scoring.
Yeah, you just got to get off the field. And when it comes 3rd and 9, 3rd and 7, like you got to find a way to get off the field. That seems like it's been a big problem for Tennessee. And then you have Mississippi State, who they've already, I think they're 6 of 8 on 4th down. I mean, they will go for it and not think twice about it. And why wouldn't you? I mean, I don't think you won a single SEC game last year. So, I mean, throw out everything you got. I mean, you're 4-0. I mean, you have everything kind of in front of you. So I would, if I'm Jeff Lebby and I know Tennessee's more talented than me, I'm throwing everything at them in this game.
It's going full Alex Golish.
Yeah, got to. But I think the offense, man, it's just be you. And I think that's
for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
For 4 quarters.
I think that's what Joey's been so good at is he's just like him. He's not 2 up, 2 down. He's just like this even kill player that has it's a little bit of moxie, but it's not like showy. He just seems super mature out there, and that's why I think road games with Nico was a little different because even though he said he loved road games, he didn't play that well in them. But that's why I'm not really worried about.
He didn't play that well in any games, so
That's
I mean,
true.
it wasn't exclusive to the
It was
road.
just SEC games. He was just like, "Oh God, what?"
That was a little unfair of me. I'm sorry, I had to take a shot.
But yeah, I think Joey just be him. Trust your playmakers. Give me a huge dose of Star Thomas and Deshaun Bishop. I know that I think Northern Illinois averages over 4 yards per carry on this Mississippi State defense.
Be 6 with Deshaun Bishop.
Easy. So I got to think Tennessee's offense is going to score in this one. It's can the defense just get off the field? Can Joshua Josephs go get you a sack on 3rd down? Get a pick.
Which let me get back into my proposal of can we sell out a little bit? Can we just have them? Can we have the mindset of fly around? We'll make mistakes. We'll get beat because we're on 100 miles an hour. But that's going to create chaos and create turnovers, and get us off the field. Let's say there's possessions where Mississippi State goes and scores in a minute and a half. Isn't the whole hang-up of our offense that our defense doesn't get any time to rest? Wouldn't that mean their defense doesn't get any time to rest? Wouldn't it just kind of counterbalance it out at some point?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it not really matter for Tennessee? If our defense is on the field longer, Landon, does that mean their defense gets to rest longer? Does that hurt our offense? That's my question.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
just get off the field. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
Just get off the field.
Even if they score a touchdown, is that they're getting off the
No,
field?
I mean, get off the field. Like, get your offense the football back and not from a kickoff.
I mean, yeah, that's obviously what I would prefer. I prefer to go unscored upon if I could have it my way. I just also, it's incredibly frustrating to get into good third down, good fourth down situations, and we can't get off the field. And then our offense is stalling too. And then the defense is right back on the field.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely think there's a balance to it. And I'm not saying that Tim Banks should coach that way every single defensive drive. But again, when your offense is just humming, who gives a shit? Get them back on the field, whether it be via kickoff or a turnover.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to – if Tennessee's offense can move like they did in the first quarter against Georgia, which I'm pretty confident they can for heavy doses at a time in any given game, get them back on the field. Give them a chance. Like, we'll talk about it later with Jerome Carvin. He mentions it, like, drag you into the deep end. Make a team play at that pace with you. Dare them to. We talk about how dangerous Tennessee's pace is. Make them play that way with you for however long they can take it.
Yeah. And I know Tennessee doesn't have a ton of depth, but I doubt Mississippi has a ton either. Mississippi State has a ton either. So, I mean, yeah, go at that pace and make them suck wind in the fourth quarter. And then let's by the third quarter, this game should be wrapped up. And I'm not saying it has to be a blowout, but this game should be.
Landon wants to get to the biscuits and gravy wrestling match early.
I want it to be quiet in there. I want peace, man. Just give me peace in the second half.
We've got Trey saying the cowbells never stop. So, which he mentioned it was going on during the air. I'm sure he has more experience outside of this, but going off during the Arizona State game the entire time. Apparently, it is. I didn't know this. It is just an SEC rule about the center being over the ball. That's not an NCAA rule, which is very interesting.
I just don't understand why they're the only ones that can have noisemakers. That doesn't make
tradition, which I'm gonna say I hate it. It's one of those things. I think it kind of rocks for college football.
Yeah,
but yeah, I hate it.
Yeah,
I'm like that way about a lot of things in the SEC.
Sure. I think this is a big game for the linebackers too. I mean, we talked about their run game, their running backs. Mississippi State has to try to run the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to, but I think you have to try. And I think that's what freaking Arion Carter, Jeremiah T. Lander, Edwin Spillman, I mean, they should be rocking and rolling for this game because it's going to be on them.
Oh, they've got to be better.
And in pass coverage game because you don't have I don't think Blake Shapen, you mentioned they don't throw the ball down the field a ton. Like, he wants to dump it and throw it over the middle. Like,
they're going to look it might take a minute to get there. They love screen passes, which tell me Tennessee fans if you've heard that before. They love screen passes. They also love 10 to 25 yards is bread and butter. And so, yeah, the linebackers are absolutely going to be challenged. I also think, again, and I know this is part of me saying this is I do love the linebackers, but the safeties have to help over top. You got to quit forcing your linebackers to end up in no man's land because they have no one behind them in support. Linebacker. I mean, the linebackers just have to be better all around. That's just part of it. Blake Shapen is for yards thrown or passes thrown behind the line of scrimmage, Landon. He is 20 of 20, but only for 100, and it's not a big yardage. He's 20 of 20 for 103 yards. I think Joey's only missed like 2, and he's got like 140 or something on screen passes.
Missed or dropped.
Do what?
Missed or dropped.
Sure. You're not wrong. They've thrown so elsewhere. Blake Shapen's thrown the ball 42 times between 0 and 9 yards. 10 and beyond, he's thrown the ball 30 times there. So they love that short stuff. Let's look at Tennessee because, again, getting into similar offenses. Tennessee's thrown the ball behind the line of scrimmage 21 times. We've completed 17 for 143 yards. That's a freaking memory of an elephant. Steel trap. That was pretty close. It actually wasn't exact, but 50 attempts between 0 and 9 yards, and then 10 and beyond, 42. So they don't throw the ball. That gets into the talent gap you mentioned. Tennessee does have the upper hand talent-wise. They have the ability to throw the ball downfield.
Yeah. I mean, you want to know how to take those cowbells and not have to worry about them. You go score 21 in the first quarter and they're blanked. I mean, that's when you stop hearing those cowbells every single second.
Yeah.
So Chris Brazzell, Braylon Staley, Mike Matthews, go BU. I want to see Star Thomas continue to be creative offensively, and then defense just get a stop. I think the more and more
one stop, a single stop in this game, and I think you win it.
The Ty Redmond, I mean, he's only going to get better, but I think you need to have somebody else play some corner. So I think Jalen Murray, so that Boo Carter, that's going to be a big game for him.
Make them think about, I talked about this earlier in the week. I think Colton Hood's been great. This is not, again, going to sound like I'm like dogging someone. I'm not. We don't know much about Colton Hood because no teams will throw the ball his way because he has a true freshman lining up across from him that they'll pick on.
Yeah.
I want to learn more about Colton Hood.
That's true.
Monty said, I like that. Sorry, go ahead.
I think safeties. I mean, you want to have those corners kind of sell out a little bit, jump some routes. I think they got to trust that some safeties are there to back them up if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
And they played a lot better against UAB, but that is UAB. I want to see them in an SEC game stand out to me defensively.
Yeah. Monty said he liked that Joey and Peyton option play. I loved it. You better go watch it on replay, though, because you won't see it again. We scored 2 touchdowns.
New Mexico State.
Maybe. Doubtful, maybe. We saw it twice against Akron. One went for a touchdown for sure. One might have just been a long gain. And one of those also got Hendon Hooker murdered. I mean, the bloodiest crime scene I've ever seen. He was just chopped down, bludgeoned to death, like the 20-yard line against Akron. And then we never ran it again. So we put him out there. I mean, we put him in freaking Dealey Plaza just to never run it against an SEC opponent. It's crazy town.
Yeah.
It's a great play. I love the option. You know what? We should just be a triple option team.
Fast-paced triple option team.
That would be sick. We've got on a...
We'd have to recruit like cross-country runners.
On a somewhat serious, somewhat joking, you guys can decide where the split stops. If we keep lining up in this faux wing tee, we have to run a variation of it at some point, right?
Maybe.
You're telling me we can't hand the ball to Ethan Davis back there?
Yeah, we've done it before. Fullback dive. Miles Kitselman had one against Georgia last year.
Not out of that formation.
Oh, it wasn't the same one?
The one where we're in shotgun, but you have your tight ends just you have 2 H-backs essentially.
Okay.
It looks like the wing tee. The only exception is the quarterback's in shotgun.
Yeah.
We got to see it. I need to see it. Yeah, hey, it's like Novocaine. Give it time. It always works.
Yeah, I'm with Monty. Do the spinner offense where we just quarterback turns his back and like just fakes it to everybody.
That is a different option. That is a different offense than the triple option. Don't you dare drag Paul Johnson's name down with the spinner offense. That's abysmal, Landon. I won't let you. I will not let you.
I'm just saying with our 3 running backs, that would be a good
I wouldn't
Good
hate
time
it.
to get them.
I'm just not going to let you. I wouldn't hate it. I'm just not letting you drag Paul Johnson's name down. The spinner offense is great in theory until you remember your de facto best player on the field, who you want to be your best player on the field, is now facing away from the direction he needs to go for at least 2.5 seconds minimum.
Yeah. Just
great in theory, though.
Defenseless is what he would be in that point.
Good point. You can't really hit him.
Yeah. Let's go key player for this game. One key player, and then we'll do score predictions.
Offense, I'm going to go Star Thomas. I think he has to be, and this is, I think he will be if given the opportunity. So maybe more on Heupel and Halsley here. He has to be impactful in both facets of the game, passing and running.
Okay. I like that one. I'm going to go Braylon Staley. I think Chris Brazzell is going to be him, and hopefully he just gets another touchdown and kind of pad those stats a little bit. I love that, like, anybody who shows out, like, we see mock draft and, like, first rounder. Like, apparently Colton Hood is now.
Which, again, have we seen enough of him?
I don't know. I don't know.
Georgia threw the ball at him one time, I think.
Who was it? Who's the NFL draft guy?
For reference, he is the highest rated coverage guy on Tennessee's roster currently.
Yeah.
But again, he's only had 4 receptions on him. Wow. This season they've targeted him 16 times. I am curious about that.
Mel Kiper Jr., he's seen enough of Colton Hood where he's a first rounder now.
Was it Mel Kiper? I didn't think it was Mel Kiper.
I don't know if it was Mel Kiper. I'm just saying that. It
So
could have been Paul McShay.
He's been targeted 16 times. He only has 2 pass breakups. So not good. He's been targeted 16 times, or his receiver has been. Only 4 catches and 2 pass breakups. You do the math on the balls thrown to him and the quality they've been.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's looked good when he's out there.
No. That's not to say he's bad. It's just we haven't really gotten to see a ton of them. Let's find our boy Ty Redmond. Where's he at? Ooh, not good. Idris Farouk's been targeted half the time. I can't imagine he's been out there for more snaps than I realized.
Oh yeah, they played Sidney Walton and Caleb Beasley a lot in the UAB game because they're playing those safeties a ton.
So Ty Redmond's been targeted 28 times. 12 more times than Colton Hood.
Wow.
He actually has I thought he had 4 pass breakups. He has 3 pass breakups. Now he has had 16 receptions against him for 230 yards. Ooh.
But Mississippi State doesn't have receivers like London Humphreys, Zachariah Branch, Noah Thomas, Colby Young. They don't have any of those top guys.
No, not at all. And again,
they kind of kicked Anthony Evans, which is Mississippi State's best wide receiver, to the portal to make room for all these guys that they brought in. So
yeah. And again, I'm not saying this to like dog Colton Hood. I'm not saying he's bad. I think more my point is try to find someone out there where they can't pick on the person opposite of Colton Hood every snap.
Yeah.
Jalen McMurray should be out there on some snaps. In fact, the combination of Jalen McMurray and Boo Carter, you should try to have those guys on the field as much as possible. So it shouldn't be, in my opinion, right now, the way your defense is playing, it shouldn't be rotating those guys out.
Yeah. That's why I'll go Boo Carter for this one.
I think the leash is getting longer. It looks like it.
Hopefully he's built some confidence in that UAB game and he's good to go. Tennessee's going to need him a lot in this SEC stretch. A guy who's been there, done that. I think you like Jalen McMurray and what he brings. He's solid. but he's not a game changer like Boo Carter can be. I mean, you saw it in the UAB game, and his body language doesn't look great, but he caused 2 forced fumbles and 1 led to a touchdown. That is a game changer. So
And listen, maybe it was just lack of confidence, and it's coming back around. Let's see. Let's find out this week. He's got to
get back to it.
He's not played enough.
Score prediction.
I don't know, because I'm sitting here going, it's a boat race. It's a boat race. This game's going to end like 23-17.
You're taking the under.
Yeah. I do think it's going to be a little bit of a boat race. I think I'm going to go 38. I don't think it's taken care of in the third quarter, Landon, but I think there's enough separation there where I don't think your heart rate will be absurdly high. But I think 38, golly, that has them covering the original spread. I don't know if I can do that. 38-31.
Okay.
Vols. I think I'm going to end up going more points come Saturday. But
I think right now, with the way the offense is playing, I'm 45. $24.
I mean, you just drug them. Talking about dragging them in the deep end, you drug them into the biscuits and gravy and just walloped them.
Yeah.
My God, if you all don't go to that wrestling match after that game, I don't know if I'll ever speak to you again.
Thick.
Oh, you better. And it better be.
Put it on thick.
BYOBG. Bring your own biscuits and gravy.
Bring your own gravy. They got the biscuits.
Trey, the first quarter over is always played in Tennessee. Not last year, but we don't count last year. Last year's kind of like COVID year for Tennessee. Nah, we don't really consider it.
Yeah, start fast in this one. I would like to keep it going for more than a quarter and a half. That would be nice. I mean, I'm not even. I know you said 4 quarters. At three, this point gets you a blowout. So let's go with 3. We'll work our way up to 4 at some point when we need it.
The name of the game, Landon, is win the very first challenge of the game, and that's the coin toss. Tails never fails, and then you go, Mr. Referee, we want the football.
Mm-hmm.
Go freaking jam it down their throats.
Yeah. I can't wait, man.
I want cowbells where Mississippi State fans didn't know cowbells could fit. They might know that. I don't know how freaky they get there. But that's where I want them.
Okay. I'm fired up. The gravy and cowbells combination, like I never thought we'd get to this point, but here we are going into this game where that's the 2 big storylines.
Do you think like how LSU had gumbo and boudin in the stadium? Do you think they'll have biscuits and gravy in the stadium?
That would be sick. I'll go back there again. When we go back there 2029?
Would you do it in a 4:15 game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Just to say I did it. I don't know if I could finish the whole thing, but best ice cream and milk in the world? They got milk in the stadium?
They have cowbells, which would imply they have cows.
That's
imply they have dairy cows.
Absurd, though.
I think you need to try some Mississippi State milk. I'm with Trey on this one. You at least got to give it a go.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's going to be like what, 80 degrees?
Do a milk review. You're going into enemy territory. Do a milk review.
Damn.
Do a milk review. Just do
Mississippi State's. I'm going to come back and have to start running 5Ks with Trey to get
the people want a milk review.
Weight off of me. I mean, so much dairy going on in Starkville this weekend.
Just give me. You don't have to finish it. Just give me. Pay us. Get a $16 milk.
20 lactose pills with me.
That'll probably be a good idea.
Yeah,
I love ice cream.
Oh, it's
and ice cream does not love me.
It destroys me, man. Have you done the?
I've no self-control. This past Saturday, I got Sonic at like 11 o'clock.
Damn.
It was just calling my name.
Do you take a lactose pill?
Nah, dude, I just raw dog that thing.
Dude, it's a game changer. I used to be like, nah, I ain't taking no pill. I ain't no wuss, but
I'm not a like, you probably take a daily vitamin. Which I'm not. You don't? Okay. You seem like you would. Uh,
Me.
yeah, you're healthy. I mean, that's a hell. Like it's a knock on me, not you. I'm just not a daily vitamin guy.
You just
I
said I
probably
look
should
like I
be.
take a daily vitamin.
I
don't-
look wasn't the right way to say it. You just seem like the guy that would take. You seem like the guy who's regimented enough to take a daily vitamin.
Yeah, I don't do that. I wouldn't mind it.
It's honestly just a lot of effort to remember. I'm not good at creating good habits.
Yeah. I take my allergy pill, but that's it.
See, I couldn't. I do take some daily medicines. I'll take that back. That's to keep the old ticker going. That's not true. That makes me sound like I'm really close to death. I'm not. Keep the heart rate down though.
Looking
Rich
forward to
God.
visiting the Cotton District.
Sure.
That's
Did I
where
tell you?
the bars and stuff are.
I think I flashed it in that video. Did you see what my heart rate was during the Georgia kick? 135.
Jeez.
You remember what it was, the Alabama kick? I can't remember now off the top of my head. It was like minimum 158. I think it got up to 168 against Alabama. Which that's also like, it was way more intense leading up to that.
You're
Whereas
like the pulse meter.
Oh my gosh,
The
dude.
stadium pulse. That's you.
Yeah. Except mine's real, not fake and phony up there.
Yeah.
You think Tennessee pumps in crowd noise?
No.
I just love if you've been in Neyland Stadium, I tweeted that today. The sound system is the worst sound system I've ever experienced in any stadium, arena, anything. So it would be very ineffective.
Right.
Also, someone said that Tennessee has speakers on the field. I think that's very normal to have speakers on the field. Is it not?
I feel like everybody does.
I want to say most, if
Yeah.
not everybody. I'm going to have to start keeping an eye out for that because
Guys, go check out our good friends at VIP Play. I know you can see everything down at the bottom there, but go check them out. Use promo code MORETN. Bet just $5, get $100 in, or bet just $20, sorry, get $100 in bonus bet. And right now they're doing a sweepstakes. You can actually get a 4-man into our golf tournament. Right now you got to go sign up. You sign up through that. If you use promo code MORETN, you'll get 10 entries into that sweepstakes. Go check them out. You gambling problem, 1-800-889-9789. Go ahead and call that number. If you got that gambling problem, you must be 21 and over and located in Tennessee to bet. Go get treated like a VIP at VIP Play.
go do it. I'm going to finish getting my bets in here.
All right.
Before we talk some college football.
Yeah, do we want to do college football or
Let's hit
guest,
this.
or-
Let's get the guest on. Everybody's
Okay.
foaming at the mouth of this guest.
Let's see.
It's a great interview. I hope you guys enjoy as much as I did during it. Sit tight, hang tight, sit tight.
See
Do
you on the
both.
Yep.
See you on the other side.
Home run, slam dunks, give him 6. Boys at MII, they got your big orange face. All year long is the place to be to hear some Vols for life talking Tennessee. You can hate us if you want, but we sure ain't worried about you. We got more important issues.
We now welcome onto the show a very special guest. It's a guy a lot of Tennessee fans should be familiar with because you saw him a lot. I believe he still holds the record for most appearances as a Vol, which is got to be wild because there's some guys that have been around for some time as well. But it's Jerome Carvin, VFL, former offensive lineman for Tennessee. Jerome, thanks for hopping on tonight, man.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I guess we'll start with Saturday, big road game. It kind of, I don't know if it hits home for you a little bit, but I know it was between Tennessee and Mississippi State for your recruitment. So what's kind of at stake for Tennessee this weekend on the road?
100%. Obviously, definitely have some history there, me personally with them. obviously grown up not too far away from Mississippi State, like 2 hours away. But man, this weekend is definitely huge for Tennessee. Obviously, this is the second game in conference play. Going against a team that, a lot of people are kind of writing off, but man, they're undefeated right now. Obviously they had like a upset win against Arizona State early on in the season, and man, that team is not gonna, let us go in there and beat them. So definitely going to be a big opportunity for us to, right our wrongs and start off SEC play on the right foot. So
for sure. And I want to ask about road games in particular as a guy that's played many of them. And I'm someone who I think I just told Landon a second ago, I want to know this team can compete on the road. And I think that Josh Heupel can't win on the road's a little overblown, but just winning on the road in general, winning on the road in the SEC is a tough test. What's different about it, and how can they kind of change their mindset in their first true road game this year, playing, like you said, against a really, really competitive opponent?
Yeah, 100%. Road games in SEC are obviously, like you said, very tough. I think the main thing is just the communication part of it. Obviously, when you're on the road, you got the fans going against you, especially if you're on offense. So the communication part, obviously, the cadence for the snap is usually on the clap. But there's I'm not sure about Davis Wade holds, but 60 to 70,000 fans clapping and screaming. So
cowbells, 60,000 cowbells.
The cowbells too. Yeah. So that's going to be very tough communication wise. Obviously, we run a fast paced offense, very up tempo type of offense, upbeat. So you have to be on communication. You have to be on the right tracks and things like that. So I think obviously playing on the road, it's actually kind of a fun experience. In my mindset, I think just because, everybody in that stadium is going against you and everybody in that stadium wants you to fail. And that moment alone brings all the guys together to accomplish the goal, to, leave out of that city with a W. So,
and that brings up another question that I've always kind of wondered. What's better, a big home roar, or when you feel the air and the energy get sucked out of an away crowd?
Man, that's a tough question. Obviously you love kneeling, you love doing it in front of the fans, doing it in front of your home team, and but man, it's just something about going on a road where you're not expected to do great. You're in a hostile environment, especially in the SEC, and you just silence that crowd, and you kind of leave the stadium knowing we took it to them today, man, and just seeing all the fans kind of boo us and doing all the other stuff. So I'll probably say kneeling just because just doing it in front of our fans. But man, that's a tough comparison.
Yeah, I bet that's hard for a competitor just to kind of. You love to disappoint the haters. That is the best feeling. But there's nothing like what is that, 102,000 around about. I know it's changed a little bit in the past couple of years. I do want to ask about the O-line this year. You got to watch them a little bit. Through 4 games, they look like they're controlling the offense. What have you seen so far from the O-line from your perspective?
So I think these past 4 games, I would say they played physical. And, obviously, people love to have the notation that, we're a fast, up-tempo offense. We just want to throw the ball deep. But, man, we run the football down people's face. So I love how physical they are up front, as well as I know Lance Hurd is obviously a returning starter. But, besides him, it's kind of fairly new up front with guys that, probably haven't played as much or that's coming from different teams. So just them playing together, I think has been standing out the most to me. And obviously you're missing David Sanders. He's banged up right now, but I can't wait to see him get into the fold too, or how they're going to operate with him in the fold, because obviously he's a super talented player. But man, I love that first 5 group up there, man. Shout out to Jesse Perry too, man. He's been playing lights out. So love that for the young kid.
I love that you're kind of involved and you kind of know all these people. So what's it like you being kind of a fan more of Tennessee now?
Man, it honestly is great for me. Because I wanted to win. I wanted to win so bad. So I keep up with them. I know everybody on the team, even though I think I've played with majority of them, or not majority of them, but I guess a couple of them. I know 2 of them are still there that I played with for sure. But just seeing those young guys, some I probably tried to help recruit later down the line when I was older or whatever. But
Gotcha.
I just love seeing their success, love seeing them grow, man. And I'm a big fan. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I wanted to ask you. You mentioned Jesse Perry, which is a kind of part of this question. You're very much a kind of plug and play guy for until you settled in. I guess 2022 is when 2021. I guess you kind of got stuck at left guard and hung there the rest of your career. How important is that to development? Because it's got to be just challenging, even going from left to right guard. It's a different world.
100%. And overall, like you said, like playing different positions in the offensive line is very tough. Just hitting the different techniques on certain blocks it just feels different, So obviously Jesse Perry being a young guy, I know he came in as a tackle. They kind of kicked him down the guard, and then now he's back out to tackle. So I can only imagine how he's feeling. But man, he's looked great so far. Obviously, want him to continue to keep the strain, keep the fight going, and try to get as much better as he can, and kind of make it tough on the Tennessee staff to kind of be like, okay, what are we going to do now with the David Sanders deal? So I love that for him, and super excited for him.
Is that the plug and play way, like that method that Josh Heupel's really used since he's been here? They've moved guys all across that offensive line. In your point of view, is that? That obviously is you develop faster when you're learning all these positions. Is that the best way to get the best 5 available on the field?
I feel like that's tough to get the best 5 out there because obviously with a guy like Jesse Perry that can play multiple positions, you kind of want to see, okay, what's his best position? Right. And, when you have, Lance Hurd, who's, stalwart at left tackle, he's our left tackle. And now you have Sam Pendleton, who's a center, but obviously he can play guard as well if anything were to happen. So it's a good problem to have, I would say, because obviously you can mix and match, put guys in different places, and, they still will hold up the standard of playing offensive line for Tennessee. So I think it's a good problem to have for Heupel and company. I think Coach Ellaby loves that they're flexible, and can just not like pigeonhole in just the one spot. So I think it's great for the offense in general.
You kind of mentioned earlier you were recruiting a lot for when you were older. You're kind of in that spot where the new staff comes in with Josh Heupel, and a lot of guys enter the portal during that time. What was kind of like that transition like for you? Because obviously you could have jumped in the portal too, but decided to stay.
100%. Yeah. So during that time, obviously it was rough. It was rough, coming off of, I think we were 3-7, 3-8 or whatever.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah. But man, coming in, I just, I'm going to be honest. I had thoughts about it, but at the same time, I value like being with my teammates more. I value like, man, I built this bond with these guys, like, for the 3 years at the time. And I was like, man, I don't want to lose that, and I guess my love for those guys in that locker room, my love for just Tennessee football in general, just kind of outweighed just the situation that we currently in. So, and I just, so I thought the grass was going to be greener.
We talked about the transfer portal. When you saw how fast Josh Heupel's offense went, was there part of it you're like, maybe I should have? That's a lot of running and moving pretty quickly. There's no breathers.
For sure. Definitely when I did a little research on it, I was like, man, I don't think this would be fun to play in as offensive lineman. But in all ways, man, it's actually a great way for offensive linemen to play, just seeing the other guy against you tired and, breathing for air, huffing and puffing. Kind of gives you like a little confidence going, like, man, like,
sure.
Trying to take them to the deep end of the pool, like, yeah, you're in it with me. So,
yeah,
try to stay on the field, keep on the field and things like that. So,
I know Caleb kind of mentioned you playing at multiple positions at Tennessee. Do you think that like versatility really helped you when you got to the NFL?
Oh, 100%. 100%. In NFL, you have to play multiple positions. You can't just be, obviously, the elite of the elite play one position and, but other than that, everybody else, kind of moves around and they stick you wherever and, you kind of have to perform. So definitely all my time at Tennessee, I'm grateful for them moving me around a lot.
Yeah. So what kind of do you play like right now for, or I guess you play all over, but what's kind of your main position there?
Yeah. Well, right now I'm just obviously like similar to where I was at Tennessee, guard and center. just
Okay.
moving around kind of wherever they want me at, in a sense, plug and play type deal.
Gotcha.
What would you rather have as an offensive lineman? You're pulling around, going downhill at a guy, or a big pancake block in the backfield?
Probably definitely pancake. Definitely pancake.
Okay.
Beating a guy, against his will. I think that's what offensive linemen live for. So I'll say that.
Yeah. It's kind of mean to bully that linebacker. You got 100 pounds on him. It's not fair.
If you have like a go-to celebration, one that kind of sticks out to me is Ollie Lane running down the field against Missouri, and I think 2021.
21, yeah.
Was that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I mean, I didn't have really a celebration. I just kind of ran down there and celebrated with my guys. So obviously that year in 22, man, we had a lot of deep passes, so I was running far. So I was tired when I got there, but man, just celebrate with my guys.
Were you one of those guys that lifted up the ball carrier, or no? You let that somebody else?
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Okay.
Any chance I got, I was telling them, giving them the signal, jump. I got you.
I love that.
Yeah, this wasn't a weekly celebration, but I did want to ask you about the play that you headbutted Gerald Mincy without the helmet. Was that just like a brain fart moment? You're just in it. You're like, yeah, we're rocking.
Definitely a brain fart moment for sure. Obviously just coming out the field, we just scored. We kind of taking it to Kentucky at the time, and it's this night atmosphere. You kind of emotions are riled up, and I was high fiving and headbutting people, and I saw him, and I was like, I kind of just blanked and kind of gave him a little headbutt, and I noticed quick. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like I'm so sorry, but
that's on him. You got to keep the hats on. You got to be ready to play.
Yeah,
strapped up.
100%. I could have had that situation a little better. A little better.
I wanted to ask you about that play, and then another one. You were in the mix of another viral moment. Jeremiah Crawford puking against Alabama. Did you see it? Because that was like right when y'all were breaking the huddle. Did you notice it in the game?
I had no idea it happened until the next day.
Were you a little disgusted that you were very close to that?
Yeah, very clear. Yeah, right, basically right next to it. It was kind of crazy because we're going to line up, and I'm getting my stance and things like that, and I'm like looking at the defense lineman. He's like in disgust, like he's like, ugh, like we should probably. He was like kind of like hesitant to like line up. I'm like, what's like? Why is he taking so long to line up? But I get it now. So
splash zone. Yeah, you gotta get out of the way.
Yeah.
What was kind of your thought process? Like, did y'all have it in the back of your minds? Like, if we win, the crowd's coming, or is it just kind of like, don't speak about it? We'll see what happens.
To be honest with you, I think going into that week, we as a team, we were super confident that like we can beat these dudes. Like it wasn't no doubt in our mind that we weren't gonna go out there and win. And so even after the whole it was the botched handoff, and they went scoop fumbled and scored. Like leaders like Hendon Hooker and guys like me and Cedric Tillman and all those guys, like we kind of looked at each other like, dog, we got this. Like we're good. Like yeah, that's on us. That's like they did nothing to get that. So yeah. So I think obviously when the kick was happening, I had no idea. Like I guess I wasn't really thinking about like us rushing the field. So I was like more so like, man, like I hope he makes this kick. And so obviously when he did, I ran. I was like, kind of was like hesitant. I was like, where am I running to? And I was like looked around and like I saw a guy like just screaming. Like I was like, wait, what is going on? And it kind of just started after that. So that was kind of my experience.
That's awesome.
I'm glad you mentioned
on the field.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Say it again.
How long did you stay out on the field and just kind of like take in the moment?
Man, it had to be a good 30 to 45 minutes before I made it to the locker room. People were handing me cigars. I was taking pictures with, numerous of people, smoking cigars with them. So it was a wonderful moment. Definitely one of the top moments in my life. So,
Did you think about trying to get on the field goal, bring it down?
I did not.
Probably would have been a little easier if the offensive lineman helped out.
Definitely would have been a lot easier for the fans.
Yeah.
You mentioned Hendon Hooker a second ago. I got to imagine blocking for a guy like that is a ton of fun. You mentioned the leadership, and then he probably helps clean up some mistakes. But I got to think, too, every once in a while, you had to make just a really good, clean block. You protected the pocket the way you're supposed to, and then you look at a guy like that, and you're like, you ran right where I blocked the guy to, because he was he was just he loved to get out and run. I think you got credit with 2 sacks in your last 25 or 26 games. I just was reading it a minute ago.
Yeah.
Were they both Hendon Hooker's fault? Did he escape the pocket too early and run right into your guy?
No, I would rather say he got me out of a lot of would-be sacks. Okay. He was that good. I mean, you kind of in the moment, you're blocking for him, and like he goes to take off, and like you kind of have to like remind yourself, like, hey Jerome, like we're playing the game, we're playing a football game. Like you can't just sit there and be a fan and watch him run and like fake guys out. So our O-line coach Ellaby used to get on us a lot about that. Like, look, I get he's electric with the ball in his hands, but like he's running for his life. Go protect him, So that was kind of my deal with it.
There's been a lot of like people talk about the second year in this offense. Like that's when it seems to click. When did it kind of click for you? I mean, Hendon Hooker was one that really took off in his second year. Jalen Hyatt took off his second year in this offense. So when was it kind of for you when it kind of clicked for?
For me, I feel like for offensive line it's a little different. I feel like, with the blocks that we hit, we kind of you do it. You do them your whole career, basically. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say with the scheme for the outside guys, it is a lot different. It is newer because it's very. It's unlike anything else in the country. Like even in pro football, like it's unheard of to play how we play. So I think for guys like that, it takes a little minute to get a handle, to get an understanding of it and to understand the scheme and things like that. But I think up front, you get it pretty easily.
What do you think about when people describe this Tennessee offense as an air raid, and then you realize you're like, no, I was downfield blocking 35, 40 plays a game in the run game?
Yeah. That's like my whole deal about people who like talk about our like Tennessee offense, like, man, like they just throw the ball, like they just try to line up real wide and pitch the ball out to the receivers and get out of the way. Like their O-line is just position blocking. Like that's so far from the truth because we run gap schemes, we run power, counter, like we run duo, we run inside zones, like we run tight zones. I think now I see them running mid zone a lot now. Like we pull tackles, we pull guards, like we run downhill.
I think Georgia, we pulled a center, didn't we?
Yeah,
I think I
like
went nuts about it.
Syracuse, we pulled a center.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all the downhill running schemes that the schools that are known for, like Michigan and Alabama, like Georgia, we run the same things. But obviously they just see the wide splits from the receiver and they're like, oh, like they're going to try to throw the ball. Like, no, we do that to lighten the box up so we can make it easier to run. So, hey, keep thinking that, and we're just going to run the ball. So, yeah. But that's my deal with that.
What have you seen from play calling this year? I don't know if it's more creative is the right word, but it just seems like there's more opportunities for the bigger plays so far this season. What kind of have you seen from your perspective on that?
From my perspective, I would say, honestly, I wouldn't say it's more so like Hype was bringing out new tools out the tool bag or things like that. I think more so the guys are executing better. Mm-hmm. I think more so like the guys are on the same page. And that, Hype was one of the best in the country of scheming people up, Halsey and all those guys in the offensive staff. So I think more so it's on the guys to execute the plan and execute the plays and, win your one-on-ones. And I think now, like, we're winning one-on-ones. We're making throws, we're completing blocks and like we're hitting holes downhill. Like the running backs are, picking up protections and against pressure and things like that. So I think more so it's the guys executing.
Gotcha.
You mentioned Heupel scheming. I am a firm believer that Heupel has the best opening drive script in the country. When we get the kickoff, I'm like 7. Like, just go ahead and put it on the board. Let's ride. in that offensive meeting where you all just like on a Friday, we're just like, yep, all right, this is 7. But did it feel that perfect in that offensive meeting?
It's crazy to think that because obviously, like we made it look that easy coming out of open drive, and you go in there and scoring. I mean, even against the Georgia front, all those guys got drafted. You go in there and you punch them in their mouth and you score 7 on the first drive of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I wouldn't. From our perspective, it was tough to score, and it's tough to score the SEC. It's tough to score against the Georgias and Floridas and Alabamas, and even regardless of how we made it look, man, that just the guys being in the right position, hitting their routes at the right yard, setting up guys for to get open, protecting, picking up pressures, picking up exotic blitzes that are very hard to pick up. And, obviously the quarterback being able to deliver the ball or the running back being able to, get the ball and hit the hole downfield, full speed and kind of make people miss. I think that's all kind of a part of it. And so I think with Heupel, this is firm belief in all the guys in that room and all the guys that's out there on that field that he's able to call the type of plays that he calls because he could trust the guys.
And yeah, absolutely. And you are right. You all did make it look so easy in 2022. I was convinced I could have lined up in 2022 and scored a touchdown for Tennessee on the first drive. Probably not anywhere outside the first drive, but it always just looks so flawless.
Yeah.
Opening drive. It was lovely to watch.
100%.
What about I wanted to ask about Liam Cohen. Mm-hmm. So in January, he had his press conference. I'm going to probably butcher it, but his quote was Jacksonville, the community, Duval. Has he redeemed himself a little bit from that?
He's definitely redeemed himself from that. I wasn't here during that time, but man, he's all in it now. He's all in Duval County, so he's all into the Jacksonville spirit. Obviously, it's a rich community down here. They love their Jaguars football. So, and obviously, we're starting off 2-1 right now. So, very early in the season, but we're rocking and rolling.
A new stadium coming soon?
Yeah, there's a new stadium coming soon. Not sure what year, but they already started construction on it. So, they're on the fast track for sure.
I only know that because I think Georgia and Florida play in Tampa one year because of that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
So, can we hear a good Duval chant? You got one?
I got one. Duval.
Oh yeah, I love it. I'm not even a Jacksonville fan, but it makes me want to makes me want to get fired up for it.
Yeah.
It's also so unique that it's their county, and I don't know if I've ever heard anything like that in any sports league.
100%. Yeah, 100%, man. They're very passionate out here, so it's dope.
Last question I got for you, Jerome, and really appreciate you coming on again. Has Sam Pendleton maybe inspired you to do the vertical bar down the center of your helmet?
He has not inspired me to do that. That's his own deal. That's his swag. So and he looks good in it. I love it. I love the way he looks, man. It's traditional old school offensive lineman, and he looks gritty and tough, and he plays like it. So he can rock it, and he looks good. As long as he keeps playing how he's playing, he can rock it all he wants.
Okay.
Agreed. Jerome, we really appreciate it, man. Appreciate your time tonight. And hope you enjoy your time in Jacksonville. We're always rooting for you, man. So thank you again, and go Vols.
Go Vols. 100%. Thank you, guys. Go Vols.
Thanks, man.
Welcome back, guys. That was special guest VFL Jerome Carvin. Appreciate him hopping on, talking a little ball.
Duval.
The Jags.
Put on for your county. You never hear that. That needs to be more frequent. Put on for your county.
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Really appreciate Jerome Carvin. We'll have that interview posted this will obviously be on YouTube live after, but the interview will be posted tomorrow. Probably in the morning. I don't know. Don't have an exact time, but you can check out that interview by itself on our YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go subscribe. We need your help. Need a few more subscribers to. We're close to the 500 mark, which isn't a lot, but I haven't put in a lot of effort, unfortunately. Let's start putting in more effort. That's on you guys, not us.
Yeah.
You guys need to subscribe.
Yeah. It just takes one button. It's easy.
It's free.
Yep. Before we get into college football, guys, go check out our good friends at Hovey Dry Goods, hoveydrygoods.com. Use promo code MORE for 15% off that first purchase. Great hats, great stuff. We just got a box, Caleb. They donated some stuff for our golf tournament. Looking forward to giving away some of those hats. I won't go into details on what they are.
That's a surprise. You gotta come play, gotta come win.
Yep. Looking forward to it. That is next Saturday.
Yeah.
We're close.
We're getting there.
Yep.
Creeping up.
College football.
Like I said, man, one of the best weeks. One of the best weeks in college football, man. It's a good time to be here. Oregon, Penn State whiteout this game. Alabama, Georgia. I'm interested in the Arkansas Notre Dame game. I think that could be a shootout on the schedule. TCU, Arizona State. We talked about Arizona State, kind of where they're at. Is that tomorrow night? That's a Friday night game. Even better. Sign me up. USC, Illinois, Ohio State, Washington, which is a remarkably small line. No, it's just a 7.5. I thought it got below 7.5.
Yeah, that's a weird line. So is the Florida State, Virginia. Though. I think that's a low line too.
I hammered it, and I know I'm going to regret it.
Yeah,
except I'm going to regret it. Yep. LSU Ole Miss 3:30 prime time. Lane Kiffin loves it, man. He's fired up for that midday game.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we got some boyfriend girlfriend drama too going on.
Yeah, did you hear him complaining about it not being a night game? He said someone asked him about it. And he said he knows. He's like, I mean, whatever. He's like, it'll be a night game when we go there next year.
That's a good point.
It will be. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Yeah. Auburn, Texas A&M. I think it's going to be a good game too. Texas A&M, are they legit? I don't know if this will necessarily tell the tale, but another SEC game.
Indiana, Iowa.
I was going to say okay. Indiana's
Battle of the Eyes.
Yeah, well,
8.5. Does that seem low?
Yeah, it worries me because Iowa's offense or defense can just lean on you. But yeah, I think it's low.
I mean, I think the game could end 14-3.
Very easily. Yeah, very easily. Utah, West Virginia. I did not realize they got spanked by Kansas.
Yeah.
That's sad. I was rooting for him after beating Pittsburgh, but fluke. Do we fade Vanderbilt this week? They're 23.5 point favorites. They go to Alabama next weekend. I don't think they win by 23.5.
They've covered every game by a long shot so far.
Even better. Yeah, I think I'm fading them.
Okay, fade them.
We'll see if I put that bet in or not. I think I've hit. I mean, that's all the big games. You've got some fun. BYU, Colorado's in there. App State, Boise State. Yeah, even better. Kentucky, South Carolina, which will probably be a not good game, but that's always a fun matchup. So that's fun that it's happening this week.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Beamer and Mark Stoops are going to get into it over something incredibly stupid.
His pants are tied or something.
Well, it will not be Mark Stoops.
Yeah, that man's leaving some room.
He's never gotten fitted for a single pair of pants.
He's like slim fit. What is that?
Oklahoma State, Baylor. I only want to talk about this game. Oklahoma State fires Mike Gundy, whatever. Like they were terrible this year. He doesn't seem like he's gonna change in this new era. They fire him on a Tuesday? Is that not really weird? I feel like I'm the only one that has said that's really weird.
Yeah. Is his son going to take over?
Yes. Does he actually have a son on staff, or is
I
that
don't know.
just a Bruce Pearl shot? Okay.
That was a Bruce Pearl. Also, I guess you could swing it at Belichick too.
Sure. Yeah. A lot of nepotism going on.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't fire him on Sunday. Yeah, that makes sense. Tuesday, just you're in the middle of game prep.
Yeah.
He just had his Monday meetings. Like they pretty much decided how they're gonna attack Baylor. And then the AD calls him in, and is like, hey, you can finish out the season, but we're done with you. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that, because I haven't seen anyone else say it.
Yeah, I don't know what the reasoning. I mean, they are horrible, but
Right. But
why
why doesn't it happen on a Sunday? That's what I don't get.
Yeah, I don't know.
Real quick on the Bruce Pearl thing. I get like Auburn fans, like, you owe him a lot. Took you to 2 Final Fours. It's been awesome. In the history of everything, this hire, his son is going to be a disaster.
5 years, Caleb. 5 years.
You kind of had to, right? Like you couldn't sign him to like a 1 year or even a 3-year deal.
I guess, but 5 years, that's a lot for
that. I don't know.
Who hasn't I mean, he's been an assistant because of his dad, and
right.
I mean, he has no other experience. I just think that is. I thought Auburn was a better program than that.
He hasn't gotten a position since high school that his dad has not appointed him to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
VFL,
yeah,
though.
I rock with Stephen Pearl. But yeah, I'm like, I get Auburn fan. Like, yeah, you can be happy, but like, he left you in September. The season's 6 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
And they clearly did this for 2 reasons: to not lose anyone in the transfer portal and to give it to Stephen Pearl, which they like. Auburn would have done that anyways if you'd done this in July. Auburn clearly was going to give Bruce Pearl the world. He could have appointed Stephen Pearl, which makes me think more players would have left if they were given enough time. It just seems shady. And I know a lot of people like, you can't be mad at him because of what he did. I'm like, but if he does all that just to turn you back into who you were, that kind of, like, sure, those years were fun. Can't take them back. They happened. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And I listen. I'd go to 2 Final Fours and suck for the next 10 years. Like that's.
Is it kind of not like the same thing? It's not. It's different. But like the Philip Fulmer becoming AD, it's like this can only be bad.
I didn't feel that at the time, but maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm with you. I didn't feel that either. But now I'm looking at everything like that. I'm like, hey, maybe the second stint, like, let's not try to ruin what you had.
Right.
And yeah, if Stephen Pearl is awful and he runs that program into the ground, I mean, they're going to look like, I mean, what a stupid hire that was.
I've seen Auburn fans say they won't be mad because of the history that they got to go to 2 Final Fours. That's whatever. I get that too. I get that to an extent. It's just, is it worth it if you continue to suck?
Yeah,
because you didn't win a championship.
When does that wear off though? That wears off at some point.
If you won a championship, if you have a championship banner and a trophy to look at, I think it's very different.
Yeah.
And the Final Four is awesome. I think I'd trade 5 really bad years for 2 Final Fours in a 3-year span.
What happens after those 5 years though?
That's when you got to ask the question is after those 5 years.
Yep.
Because I'd trade. And if it was like 5, like if he was just like kind of good and then you sucked for like another 3, I think I could handle that. If you got to the 10-year mark and you were just awful, I think it would hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. At what point does the losing and the sucking just ruin the winning for those few years?
And apparently he's not even running for Senate, is the rumor.
I think he's just like getting too red.
Well, he's just yelling on the news right now. So he probably that blood pressure can't be good.
I just want to hear him and Tim Tebow talk and see who like gives up first.
Oh, Bruce Pearl by a mile, because Tim Tebow can go for so long because he's just so intense, like talking with this whisper. And everything's just super powerful because it's right here. I was telling someone he did that Sean Ryan, is that his name, that podcast? And I'm sure because he talked about human trafficking, I'm sure it was very important. I'm sure a lot of good information. I couldn't listen to it because everything was so intense and he just whispered the entire time. It was so annoying. I couldn't do it. I can't do that. He would outlast Bruce.
Okay. Who wins Oregon, Penn State?
Oregon. You
think? Penn State at night?
You think Penn State at night overcomes Drew Aller? You're the biggest Drew Aller hater I know, and you think
I'm with you. I'm just saying that from like
I think Drew Aller overcomes Penn State at night.
Because I kind of want to do the same thing. I don't know. Because I feel like the one thing Oregon has trouble with is stopping the run, and Penn State's just going to run the football down your throat.
I feel like Oregon's going to score a lot of points, so you better be able to run it for a lot.
That's true.
A lot of points is big.
Yeah.
I think Georgia wins this one at home.
Yeah, it's hard for me to go against Georgia at home.
Yeah. I think I would lean Georgia if this one was on the road, but I would think about it more. Georgia's only a 2.5 point favorite. If they were a 2.5 point favorite at Alabama, I would consider taking them to cover 2.5.
I mean, everybody's back on the Toss Simpson train. I feel like this is a game where
you find out.
Yeah, you're all the way back in, or you're like, yeah, this guy really does suck.
Yeah.
And I don't think either one of those would. I think if he's really good in this game, yeah, I think I give him flowers. If he's bad in it, it's probably not as bad as you think it is because I do think Georgia's good. But everybody, like Alabama fans, are gonna be like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, I agree, and I think there's plenty of room for Toss Simpson to play good and then still lose this game.
Yep. Agreed. Looking forward to a great slate of college.
LSU Ole Miss.
I think I go LSU.
Wow.
I think the quarterback controversy with Ole Miss, I think they did the right decision by keeping the guy who's been playing well. But I'm wondering if that has an effect in this game where like he was good against really bad teams and now we see why he didn't win the job in the offseason.
Okay. I got Ole Miss win and the over.
Okay. So you're going
love the over, but I got to ride with this team. So I should say that over is because this is my over team. And I do think, especially at Ole Miss, this is at LSU, I wouldn't touch that over, not with a 10-foot pole, even if it's my over team. I think it's achievable. I don't think it hits, but I think it's achievable.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with LSU because I think it'd be awesome if Whit Weeks had that over Lane Kiffin at Thanksgiving.
I like it the other way around. I like the dad to have the upper hand.
Yeah, I usually do, but not in this case.
Okay. I don't know enough about Whit Weeks. I can't weigh in on that who I really want to win between those two.
That's fair.
Apparently, so the daughter apparently begged Lane Kiffin to stay at Ole Miss, and she's dating a dude at a different school. So don't. What? How does this? What's the John Mayer song? Daughters be good to your mothers. How about dads don't listen to your daughters? They're young and dumb.
I mean, maybe they don't.
How much money?
she didn't want the guys at Ole Miss because they dress like frat guys. I mean, they're all in their blazers and khaki pants. She's just not into that. She's into a country guy, goes hunting on the weekends, like weeks.
He's like that guy from the show Ballers, I bet. That drug his agent out to the swamp, left him there.
Mm.
You ever watch that show, HBO?
No, I didn't.
It's a fun
funny
watch.
that you say that because I was watching clips today of that very show on TikTok.
Where he took that guy that he hurt to the baseball game?
No.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we have the same timeline, bro.
That's crazy. And that guy's off. He's in The Walking Dead.
Yeah. I haven't watched much of The Walking Dead, but I do remember him being on it.
Stopped it, but yeah. All right.
I'm back into Better Call Saul before we leave. Such a good show. I think it's better than Breaking Bad.
Wow.
I love both of them. I think they're both great shows, but Better Call Saul is so good.
I'm watching Gen V, the Boys kind of spin-off.
Amazon Prime?
Yep.
Nice.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much.
Ryder Cup Saturday, too. I didn't even mention that. We're talking about college football.
Ooh.
Ryder
Did
Cup
you
starts
see
tomorrow.
the video of Rory?
You don't need that to choke or something?
yeah, you don't need that button to choke.
Yeah. He did laugh it up.
Yep. Yeah, looking forward to that. Go USA.
Go USA. We gotta win this one on home turf. 14.5 is the number, boys. Go get it. Take it. It's yours.
Yep. We'll see you back on Sunday. Hopefully I'll make it back. There might be too much biscuits and gravy. You never know.
Get lost in the sauce.
Yes. Go Vols. We love you guys. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.